I'm selfish, impatient, and a little insecure. I make mistakes, I am out of control and at times hard to handle. But if you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best. You've got to dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep, because reality is finally better than your dreams. A friend is someone who knows all about you and still loves you. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. We accept the love we think we deserve. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. As he read, I fell in love the way you fall asleep, slowly, and then all at once. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it's indifference. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you simply without problems or pride. I love you in this way because I do not know any other way of loving but this, in which there is no I or you, so intimate that your hand upon my chest is my hand, so intimate that when I fall asleep your eyes close. Have you ever been in love? Horrible, isn't it? It makes you so vulnerable. It opens your chest and it opens up your heart, and it means that someone can get inside you and mess you up. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. There is never a time or place for true love. It happens accidentally in a heartbeat, in a single flashing, throbbing moment. Love is that condition in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own. You love me, real or not real? I tell him, real. Love looks not with the eyes but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. Love is like the wind. You can't see it, but you can feel it. There is nothing I would not do for those who are really my friends. I have no notion of loving people by halves. It is not my nature. You don't love someone because they're perfect. You love them in spite of the fact that they're not. Love never dies a natural death. It dies because we don't know how to replenish its source. It dies of blindness and errors and betrayals. It dies of illness and wounds. It dies of weariness, of witherings, of tarnishings. If you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. We're all a little weird, and life is a little weird, and when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness and call it love, true love. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever. The real lover is the man who can thrill you by kissing your forehead or smiling into your eyes or just staring into space. When someone loves you, the way they talk about you is different. You feel safe and comfortable. Dumbledore watched her fly away, and as her silvery glow faded, he turned back to Snape, and his eyes were full of tears. "After all this time, always," said Snape. A lady's imagination is very rapid. It jumps from admiration to love, from love to matrimony in a moment. To die will be an awfully big adventure. So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at this every day. But I want to do that because I want you. I want all of you, forever, every day, you and me, every day. Certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadow and the soul. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it can. And just when you think it can't get any better, it can. The one you love and the one who loves you are never, ever the same person. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. When I despair, I remember that all through history the way of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end they always fall. Think of it, always. In vain have I struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. We love the things we love for what they are. I would die for you, but I won't live for you. He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. Love is needing someone. Love is putting up with someone's bad qualities because they somehow complete you. So I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you. The only thing worse than a boy who hates you, a boy that loves you. You are my best friend as well as my lover, and I do not know which side of you I enjoy the most. I treasure each side just as I have treasured our life together. You are and always have been my dream. I would always rather be happy than dignified. Where there is love, there is life. Every heart sings a song, incomplete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Nobody has ever measured, not even poets, how much the heart can hold. Once upon a time there was a boy who loved a girl, and her laughter was a question he wanted to spend his whole life answering. We loved with a love that was more than love. Eleanor was right. She never looked nice. She looked like art, and art wasn't supposed to look nice. It was supposed to make you feel something. This is a good sign, having a broken heart. It means we have tried for something. The more I know of the world, the more I am convinced that I shall never see a man whom I can really love. I require so much. I have decided to stick to love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. They say a person needs just 3 things to be truly happy in this world: someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for. What's meant to be will always find a way. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places, but still there is much that is fair, and though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater. Hearts are made to be broken. 2 people in love alone, isolated from the world, that's beautiful. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. Love doesn't just sit there like a stone, it has to be made, like bread, remade all the time, made new. Man may have discovered fire, but women discovered how to play with it. I don't trust people who don't love themselves and tell me I love you. There is an African saying which is, be careful when a naked person offers you a shirt. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. Love does not consist of gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. It was love at first sight, at last sight, at ever and ever sight. Love is a fire, but whether it is going to warm your hearth or burn down your house, you can never tell. It is good to love many things, for therein lies the true strength, and whosoever loves much performs much, and can accomplish much, and what is done in love is well done. Be careful of love. It'll twist your brain around and leave you thinking up is down and right is wrong. Love does not begin and end the way we seem to think it does. Love is a battle. Love is a war. Love is a growing up. The most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of loving someone too much and forgetting that you are special too. When love is not madness, it is not love. I loved her against reason, against promise, against peace, against hope, against happiness, against all discouragement that could be. If you like her, if she makes you happy, and if you feel like you know her, then don't let her go. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. True love is rare, and it's the only thing that gives life real meaning. Declarations of love amuse me, especially when unrequited. I love you more than there are stars in the sky and fish in the sea. A woman's heart should be so hidden in God that a man has to seek him just to find her. It is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important. I was smiling yesterday, I am smiling today, and I will smile tomorrow, simply because life is too short to cry for anything. I love you. Remember, they cannot take it. Find what you love and let it kill you. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. I fell in love with her courage, her sincerity, and her flaming self-respect. And it's these things I'd believe in, even if the whole world indulged in wild suspicions that she wasn't all she should be. I love her, and it is the beginning of everything. It is a curious thought, but it is only when you see people looking ridiculous that you realize just how much you love them. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. What is love? I have met in the streets a very poor young man who was in love. His hat was old, his coat worn, the water passed through his shoes and the stars through his soul. He is half of my soul, as the poets say. Hate the sin, love the sinner. Never close your lips to those whom you have already opened your heart. Things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. It isn't possible to love and part. You will wish that it was. You can transmute love, ignore it, muddle it, but you can never pull it out of you. I know by experience that the poets are right. Love is eternal.